Well, good evening from the home address on the 6th of March 23. I haven't really done much from sitting on the couch for some time, but I suppose there's been no purpose to do so. In actual fact, I have done some camera work over the last couple of days, but I probably won't load it. I've just been... it's my utility device for healing, speaking my mind and releasing the thoughts and the everything that's happened. But I didn't venture very far today. I was well, I thought to myself the high slopes will be suffering in the bitter northerly winds with the sub-zero temperatures. You know, the wind chill would probably bring it down to minus 12 to minus 15 at least, possibly more at Munro level. I had the equipment, but I didn't think I was motivated enough this morning. In all honesty, I was up early, but I made a rash decision to decide to do something else, and yes, I did regret that by mid-afternoon. I have to say I thought, why on earth did you not just put stuff in the rucksack and make a move? But I'm very conscious that the time is slipping away time is slipping away, and the full moon is developing, and we shall have a full moon tomorrow on the 7th of March, and that will be a full moon in Virgo, which is my birth sign. And of course the sun is in Pisces at the moment, and 6 months ago the sun was in Virgo and the full moon would have been in Pisces. And I think back to 6 months ago, as I always tell you, that everything is mirrored in the universe. So everything is mirrored with us as well. And to some extent, I think that all the growth and the personal achievement that's been made since early September 22, it's a moment to pause and reflect and think to yourself, well, what was achieved in all aspects of everything? The only thing that was achieved was you got further away from up and down, and she got further away from you. But that was not my choice, of course. It was a decision initiated by up and down, and in fact she's chosen to remain silent for so long. It's very difficult to understand or comprehend anyone who can do that to someone they know. It doesn't torture me at all. It doesn't impact me as what you might think. I just, as I said, these things backfire because what she's done is, she's made a spectacle of herself, because it makes me think, well, why on earth would I want to involve myself with somebody who's can't even speak, is so cowardly? And of course, the last 3 weeks since I last set eyes upon her, but well, there was so much negativity on that visit. I just so I made a rather in-depth chat today at the Barwick. And the reason I chose the Barwick is because that was where I first saw up and down, a reflection of up and down, the gentle pools of the Barwick way back in 1973. I was quite amazed by this face that appeared in the water, and I didn't take proper notes until much years later when I thought, I know who that is now. It's very strange, but a lot of strange things happened to me. And I very much feel now that we're encroaching the spring equinox, at least, on the 21st of March, and it always gives it up to 1 year since the up and down was first reached out, and I think there's no anniversary for this because there's so many missed dates that occurred, and birthdays and Christmas and so many jolly days in between, and all the things that have happened and no conversation. It's just all futile, and I don't have to attach myself to this any longer. I can move on without any regret at all. In fact, I can move on quite willingly now, because I have nothing at all for her, because it's of all that she's done. It's just put me off her entirely. It really has. It's jaded everything. It's tainted all fond memories and all good laughs we had. It's just absolutely horrible. And anyway, one of the things I'll do is I think I'll leave the whole epilogue to the chat I did today. It was certainly over half an hour's worth of chat, but it wasn't entirely damning. It was just being truthful, pointing out a few things which were probably necessary to be said. But as I say, does it matter now? Not really. But so I think to myself that we're coming into the springtime, and I certainly don't want to be spending any more time mucking around with the camera and stuff and doing chats. I've completed the whole cycle now, and it's very much at its it's very sell by date now. It's completely and utterly over. I'm not at all surprised to hear about the winter conditions that are coming. I've been talking about this for some time. I'm pulling up my sock. I told you before, my sock has got a mind of its own. It wants to always retreat to the floor. But yes, I was telling people for weeks, I said, look, not every day, but I was saying, well, there's definitely more snow coming. I was telling a chap that I met on the hills just a few days ago, and I said to him, he was talking about these crampons. I said, well, don't put them away, you might need them. Really? I said, of course, there's no way that the hills are going to remain that clean. And, at this time of year, I said, they're going to get carpeted with deep snow. He thought I was a fool. Yeah. I told him before, I don't even tune into that bloody forecast, because I'll have a quick glance. The only thing I glance at is the surface pressure chart to see exactly what's developing in the Atlantic, or round about the periphery of Europe, for example. I would sit there and stare at bloody Met Office weather forecast with all excitable, and yellow warnings and amber warnings and black and red warnings. What if frightening the old people, scaring people to death. Bloody cold. It's not even that cold. It's just a bloody little light breeze from the north. It's certainly cold up the top. We're not up the top, are we? We're not all exposed to the wind. Most people are sitting in a bloody house watching Netflix. So, I don't know what they keep scaring people with. Anyway, I looked at the forecast a couple of days back and I thought, well, I can see the winds are developing from the north, and I said, well, fine. I said, the next time we get a warm front coming through from the west, it's going to turn to snow, and that's exactly what's happening at the end of the week. I said, well, look it out. Check out the forecast. Read the bloody symbols. Read the, not the symbols. Read the bloody charts. Learn about it. Isobars, please. Come on. Listening to bloody radio reports about the weather forecast. Newspaper headlines and freaky Met Office people. That's why I don't have the bloody television. I couldn't stand it. It makes me so angry. All you need to do is watch the birds. Watch the birds feeding. They will tell you what the weather forecast is doing. If you've got a cat, have a look at the cat and see what it's up to. It will tell you as well. Incidentally, the cat returned in here yesterday. The ginger cat. I come back and I was popped out to get the washing and turned around and it was sitting in the kitchen. I said, oh, hello, you're back. Where have you been? So he came in and had a little chat. He had a little rummage around, but unfortunately, I took some footage, but unfortunately I didn't have any lights on, so it was rather dark, and the cat was very mischievous indeed. Very mischievous indeed. He was quite playful, I have to say. But Up and Down's lost me. She's an absolute bloody fool altogether. She's just so shallow and empty that, well, I think she's under the influence of other individuals who are whispering in her ear to, avoid all contact. They're scum because they want to keep her down in the gutter. They're trying to manipulate her. I can't understand why she can't wake up. Why she's been such a bloody fool. Why she's been so spiteful. Why is she living her life in spite? This full moon is probably the most powerful moon of the year in many respects, since the peaceful harvest moon, of course, is very gentle and caring moon, but this is a snow moon. This is the fullness of the snow moon. Did you know this? And March is a very turbulent month anyway in the Northern Hemisphere. Why don't people think back? Why do people wear shorts on the 1st of March? Why are they such fucking idiots? What is wrong with people in this day and age? What is wrong with up and down? I mean, it's a form of passive aggression, in my opinion. Manipulation and with silence. Well, silence is backfiring because I'm silent as well. Apart from chatting to my camera and offloading, I'm completely silent too. I don't give a shit. I don't. I find it very difficult to deal with people in this modern era because their brains are like fucking, I don't know, like wax. Melted wax, it's all solidified again. If you look at a candle, I'm not talking about a shitty, cheap candle that you pop up to stink at your house for half an hour. I'm talking beeswax candle. Let us light a beeswax candle, Andrew. Hold on.